Welcome back as I'm on a road to 100 videos. And that includes, of course, just all my little kind of stories or playlists, let's call them, that I have in mind to do. Of course, my main one is my Bible study. Definitely check those out. Uh, Takes a lot of work, but pushing through it. And then my other playlist, of course, is for now I'm calling it the Fan of I, which in this case is a fan of Illinois. Again, I'm not an expert, I'm just a fan. And I'm a sports fan, so we'll see how that kind of translates. But for right now, it's the fan of I. And I was a little surprised. Of course, Illinois had another great week. Let's get into it, actually. So they come in at number five this week, which is quite surprising. I think everyone was saying they would have moved up to seven, and they ended up basically switching spots with Nebraska and Michigan. Of course, moved up to two. They had, of course, what some would call a bigger week, but again, number five, it's pretty cool. I don't think I ever would have thought they'd be ranked that high. Of course, I was lucky enough to see Illinois rank number one in 0405. Of course, that great team they had. Losing in the national championship game was a heartbreaker, but looking back at it, it was a pretty awesome season. And of course, that Arizona game forever be their Super Bowl per se, as they came down from down more than 10, I think. But a good week for Illinois. They beat Washington at home. As you can see, they're 75 to 66. And of course, the big one, they beat Nebraska 78 to 69. So let's look at their week again. They're currently at 19 and 3, 10 and 1, tied for first with Michigan. Won 11 straight games, back-to-back road games against top five opponents. Of course, that being Nebraska and Purdue for the first time in program history. The Washington game. Okay, Keaton Wagler had 22 points. David Merkovich had 19, and Ben Henrichs had 14. Of course, the difference from what I could find was the advantage on the glass for Illinois. It was definitely I don't want to say a frustrating game to watch, but Illinois could never get that big lead. It seemed like Washington hung around. Uh, I think, like a lot of people, as far as the the recaps I've heard, uh, I would agree with them as far as Illinois was never, and that's probably why they held on and won. Of course, is because they just never seemed like they were in any danger. Washington, of course, got the sensational freshman also. I'm blanking on the name right now, but I don't think he did too much. So overall, I know a lot of people were scared of Illinois kind of trap game, overlooking this game, but they were able to pull out the win. And of course, by now, if you're any kind of Illinois fan, you know that they did go into uh, Nebraska home territory and pulled out the win. Keenan Wagler had 28 total points, 23 in the second half. The first half was a little rough, but I don't think it was as bad as um, some people might say. I know he got a shot blocked, which I think was the first time I seen someone actually just block a three of his. I think even he thought he was in the clear, and I forgot who blocked it. I think it was Jacobson or some. I'm not sure how tall he is, but I know Keaton, of course, has a lot of what they like to call positional size, which means he's bigger than most point guards and shooting guards. But again, I think he got caught up. I don't know if he's a forward. I'm pretty sure Jacobson's a forward. But he did block his shot, and actually, it looked like it kind of. Um, I don't want to say injured him, but it looked like it did hurt him because I think Illinois took him out for a little bit there. And I was like, oh no. And that's when Nebraska, of course, built the little lead going into halftime there. I think, as you see here, it was 39 to 33, which I did see is actually, this counts as I guess, the biggest deficit they faced this season for them to come back and win. And then, as you see here, they did outscore Nebraska 45 to 30 in the second half. And this game again was pretty back and forth. Nebraska got out to a good lead. Illinois kind of got back in it, took the lead themselves by I think six or so. And then Nebraska had like back-to-back threes, and they Illinois kind of turned the ball over. Andre had a couple turnovers, I think, and luckily Illinois was able to get a couple buckets, and that's why the lead was only six at half. But pretty cool little note here. Wagler's three-pointer with 13:05 left gave Illinois a lead that they never gave back. That's pretty cool because I think I guess Illinois did have a lead, and for the most part, as an Illini fan, it never seemed like we uh, had the game won. You were just waiting for that Nebraska comeback. But then they did stretch it out to like 10, and you just were waiting for that clock to hit zero. And again, revenge is sweet. Illinois avenges the loss at the buzzer to Lawrence. And it's funny because I like to listen to Illinois opponents podcasts, and one of the Nebraska podcasts. I can't recall which one, or I'd share their info, but they said they don't mind losing to good teams, but that Illinois was an annoying team to lose to, and I kind of laughed because that's how I felt about Nebraska, especially after that first home loss. When they hit the three, man, their celebration. I mean, give them credit. Obviously, I know they were excited back then. Not a lot of people had a respect for them, so that was a really big win for them in Champaign. But it just rubbed me the wrong way. And even, if you've seen some of the highlights, they are just taunting and celebrating after they hit threes. So it was kind of funny that they called Illinois the annoying team when I can see why. Don't get me wrong. Definitely not because of Keaton. But this Nebraska team definitely rubbed me the wrong way. And of course, they had that chip on their shoulder because they were undefeated. But now they've suffered back-to-back losses, which I did kind of say might happen to them. And they still got Purdue coming up. So I think that's another one where they might get Purdue's best punch. And it just depends on if they're fully healthy, if they could avoid that loss. But again, again, if you just follow college basketball, you've heard this already. It's nothing new, but Nebraska hit 15 threes, while Illinois just dominated the free throw line. Again, they're saying Nebraska got no calls, but I agree with everyone that says it's just the way Nebraska plays. I mean, they shoot up threes and they don't really drive or get contact. I know they run a lot of screens, and their coach, the mayor, was saying, of course, that they get fouled there. But and of course, Illinois won the out rebound. They out rebound the Huskers 40 to 27. So again, big win, and this one was probably the bigger had a bigger effect on Illinois moving up to five. This was a big win. All right, so a short little podcast today, but all eyes ahead. In-state rematch, Northwestern at home. Illinois did avoid the usual losing at Northwestern, but now they have to win at home, and I think if Illinois continues to do what is making them a top five team and out rebounding their opponent. They're turning it around on defense. So even if Northwestern star, blank on his name right now, but even if he goes off for 20, if you contain everyone else, Illinois should be able to win this one. Keaton, all we need is 15 from him. David Markovich, if he could add 15, that'd be great. And then, of course, Tommy, Ben, and Jake. We just need a couple of them that get in the teens, and I mean, 70 should be enough to win that one. But then you got the third road trip challenge, MSU. So again, MSU off the top of my head, they did lose at Nebraska. They had a chance. I was rooting for MSU there because Nebraska was still undefeated. And then of course, they lost to Michigan at home. Uh, you know, Mraz, Old Illini. I was probably pulling for them anyway in that game. But of course, now here again, Illinois, MSU. Last year, MSU beat Illinois twice. Of course, the first game, KJ foul trouble. Illinois was in it though, and they just ended up not pulling it out at the end. And then the game in Champaign, Illinois again, just kind of not really playing for much other than just keep getting better for March, and they let one go late. I think I saw they didn't score for. I think MSU closed out that game like 15-0 run, which just goes to show you how inconsistent Illinois was last year. The challenge again, Illinois just has to out rebound them, and MSU prides himself in rebounding as well, so that'll be a good challenge. Fears, Wagler challenge. I mean, Fears is going to get his 20. Wagler has to avoid the fake fouls that Fears likes to draw. We're going to have to make threes, obviously, on the road. That helps. Uh, MSU is not. I think they scored a lot of points, but they've given up a lot of points. So Illinois here, 11 game win streak before Northwestern, of course. If Illinois just plays the defense, again, we just need Keene to give us 15 here, 15, 5, and 5. And David Merkovich, of course, he's probably got to have a bigger game here. Uh, Side by side, Tommy or Big Z. Definitely don't need all three of those to get close to 10 points. And then Jake and Ben, they got to hit their threes when they're open. Illinois got a chance. I mean, at this point, you want to get all three on the road, and then you still got Michigan at home, the Maress uh, homecoming, what could be playing for the Big Ten title outright. Of course, we don't want to look ahead that much. You got to, and the keynote tell you first things first is game by game. So handle Northwestern, and then the wrestling challenge will be fun. It's on a Saturday night, and then just health concerns. Obviously, we all just gotta stay healthy, but pay attention to how Kylan comes back. I know a lot of people are saying this team is better without Kylan, and while they're not wrong, I think it's Kylan starts, of course. Um, I'm sure he's seen what Keaton is doing, which of course he was praising him before. We all knew what Keaton was. He was giving them all the praise, and uh, he knows what he is capable of. So you would assume that Kylan returning makes this team better because you have a defensive stopper, which Andre is doing the best he can, but he's not Kylan. And I think Andre's really been frustrating me, but you could say he's more tired on offense now because he's having to play a little bit higher intense defense. But Andre's our best when I'm gonna drive through to the hole, get fouled. So I think what a lot of people are saying is Kylan, of course, comes back to the starting lineup as long as he's healthy. And you entertain the idea of starting Jake uh, over Andre just so that Keaton can kick out the Kylan for three or Jake. Of course, you got the big guys. But I think that's it. Yep, that's it. That's all I got for you tonight. Fan of I podcast. Cool little name. Fan of Illinois. Again, I'm just a fan. Um, I want to do a summary for the Bears season now that I'm kind of a little over the heart. My heart broken. Caleb just went for the kill, and DJ, I don't know what happened. They weren't on the right page, and of course you got the DB. I forgot his name, Stills or something. He didn't give up on a play. He went, he picked it, and the rest is history. But wow, what could have been? Of course, Seattle's great, but at that point, with the magic the Bears had, they just had to get it to the last 2 minutes, have the ball, and you only need a field goal to win. But again, I want to have uh, I need to work on a summary for the Bears 2025 recap, which of course they had a great season, so that should be fun to make. And I'm still working on my FanDuel saga tapes. Again, just should you be playing FanDuel? Who should, who should not? If you're gonna play, just my advice on uh, your contest selection, being smart about it, how to have a bankroll the smart way, how to build lineups, whether it be for baseball, basketball, football, and then the last video will probably be the most fun that I'll have, which will be me. I'm not sure if I'm gonna put it on Twitch first or if I'll just do it on YouTube, but maybe like an hour, 2 hour live, just showing you my history as far as just all my live bets, so you can see the roller coaster that FanDuel is. But that's a wrap for Fan of I podcast. Hopefully next week we talk about two more Illinois wins. Have a good night.